and welcome to another Watcher of Realms video, and in this video we are going to be doing GR1 stage 19. This is when it obviously starts to get a little bit more difficult with the anti-heal requirement with the new character Glacius, who my friend Bretland has managed to summon. We're just going to try and get into the stage and see how well Glacius can do. And this is the team we are going to be using. Bretland has got some pretty nice characters. His gear needs some work and his artifacts need some work. If we look at Glacius here, we can see the gear we're going to be using on him is going to be the curse set, just getting as much damage as possible from all the enemies that are going to be in front of him. It's a pretty decent set. I'm not sure how good it's going to be for Glacius. I would prioritize Soulbound Arcana if you have it. But Bretland doesn't have Soulbound Arcana just yet because he can't farm GR3 until he gets a Lord realistically. But there is a Lord upcoming, so that's actually kind of good. He's got a tier 2 Tier of Twilight on this character to get 24% extra attack when deployed. Again, farming some artifact material raid would be really good. Maxing out this Tier of Twilight would be obviously very nice for Lucius, but also for other mages as well. For instance, you can see Kamet, he does not have a maxed out artifact. He's just got a base Unfortunate Skull. Definitely need to do some farming on artifacts. Artifacts is honestly one of the biggest things that's required for stages, like generally speaking, like 19 and 20 onwards within gear raids. The only one you can get away with it on is generally gear raid 2, but even then sometimes you need like a maxed out gold, like legendary artifact to be able to get the damage in there. But we're just going to get through this stage and see what it's like. As you can see, the two damage dealers are going to be Glacius and Kamet. I think Kamet will out damage Glacius. Glacius isn't like a pure damage dealer. He also adds freezes, slows, all that good stuff in terms of how he's going to work when it comes to the like kind of CC effects that he's going to do, which means that your wall's going to take less damage. But he has got pretty decent damage, and paired up with another freeze character, which I am doing here with Mari, it should enhance his damage a little bit. And I've got him with the Lord. I have also got Kamet with the Lord, and we'll see how this works. We'll see how this goes. It should be okay. It should be okay. We are going to put in Glacius first, and this is because we've got Raiden as the Lord for Kamet, so his cost of his ultimate will be, I think, 15% reduced. I think it popped up with 15% reduction. So this way their ultimate will come up at around about the same time. Dolores is going to be a bit slow, but it is what it is. We're going to pop all three of these ultimates at the same time as soon as we can. I don't know if we'll be able to get through all the enemies on the wall. We'll see. Stage 19 isn't the most difficult. It starts to get really problematic at like stage 20. We'll try and pop them at the same time, just so that we've got the damage buffed up for pretty much the entire ultimate. There we go. And let's see how this goes. We do not have a holo, so we're going to put a vortex on the right hand side, which isn't terrible because the damage from Glacius does get better, I think, when he has shields. So that's good. We've dealt with the first wave absolutely fine. Like I said, I showed you the gear, I showed you the artifacts. This isn't too crazy a team. Isn't too crazy. I think I'm going to put... I think I'll put him here. I'm not 100% certain if he'll be able to heal Mari when there's these AoE guys on the wall. We'll see. I realistically should have already done her, but it's not a big problem. So when we've got Mari on the wall, how well does this go? Let's have a little see. I daren't put her on the corner. She's only 5-star at the moment, so she's going to be taking quite a lot of damage, but we have got in like, HP gear, so hopefully it's not too crazy. It doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad. So we'll wait until the next batch of enemies start walking down, and we'll do it all in one go. We're going to have Volker in from pretty much the entire fight. We might remove Laurel at some point, but not just yet. Not just yet. So we'll start these ultimates. There we go. And then I won't do the ultimate of Artemis until it looks like we need to stop the heal, because the heal just came in. There we go. Dealt with the next one pretty nicely too. Not too bad. Like, this is just all CC. The damage is okay, don't get me wrong. But the amount of CC we're getting here with Mari and Glacius is really, really, really nice. There's no way of really tracking this. You kind of just have to visually see the freezes. When it gets to the end of the fight and I check like the damage, it's going to be Kamet, no doubt. And Glacius will be behind. But we can't, it doesn't show like how many times opponents frozen and stuff like this. That would be awesome if they broke that down. But that kind of stuff is kind of underrated. And you don't really generally see it. We'll try and get a bit of damage in here. I'm not going to do the ultimates just yet. I'll do hers though, just to stop these guys from attacking the wall. So you can see the freeze on the right hand side. This was done by Glacius. And look, this enemy is going to get taken out in this case by the looks of things. That's nice. And we'll wait until the enemies start walking down. And then this time I will remove Laurel. We've got everybody's ultimate ready. So I'll do everybody's ultimate. There we go. Very good. We might lose the healers on the left hand side, that's the only problem. Because we're going to get 5 stacks soon. Okay, we'll remove her now. And we'll put in Raiden. Just to add a little bit more damage. Hopefully Artemis managed to keep himself alive and Mari. We'll see if this freeze helps. We'll see if the freeze helps. Look at all the freezes. That isn't all Mari. Some of these are Glacius too, which is obviously nice. And the HP on this ward is looking really good, just because of how much control we're getting in. Really good. Very nice indeed. Lots of slows, lots of freezes. Every now and again you might see someone frozen. I think there's someone frozen just there. Yeah, we're going to lose Mari. It's kind of expected. Kind of expected, unfortunately. I'm going to wait for the next round of ults. We'll remove Raiden. And we have to... we've got so much HP on the wall because of the slows and stuff and the freezes. We should be good. I'm just going to wait until the next ultimate burst is in on the right hand side, and then I'll just pop everybody just to make it nice and easy. So we'll go now. There you go. And I won't do Artemis until this Forsaken Totem starts to get down to the bottom. There we go. And now we will put her back in because there's no AoE from anyone coming in. And now it's just the boss, pretty much. Now it's just the boss. And we can just auto-ult at this point, I think. There we go.
My mother's roots are whispering. It is folly to stay here in the open.
We should actually turn off auto-ult. We'll turn it back on in a second. I don't think we can freeze the boss, right? He's probably immune to CC. Or maybe he can get slowed. Is this a slow? Movement speed. Yeah. Okay, we can auto-ult these 3. There we go. And that should be pretty much it. We'll see what the Glacius damage is going to be. Way lower than Kamet, I would assume. I would probably assume half the damage that Kamet does. He isn't that kind of character. But his support damage on someone who has a good rotation is really, really good. He doesn't even necessarily have to be on the right-hand side getting the buffs, you know, from Dolores. Yeah, I didn't expect him to be that high, but he's giving some support damage. Obviously, the better gear he's got, if he is in Soulbound Arcana, it's going to be much, much, much nicer. But we only had 2 damage dealers here and a little bit of anti-heal. I think I did the ultimate on Artemis 2 or 3 times. I think it was 3 times. And it was just mainly just a lot of CC. I think Mari's very underrated. And the combination with Glacius should be really, really good. And that's kind of what he adds to the fight. If you have another heavy damage dealer, if you've got like Boreas, Pope, or Ingrid, like the new character release, you can put them like next to Dolores, so they're getting the big boost from her damage, and just use him as more CC, kind of how I was using Mari, and he's going to be, you know, freezing people and doing damage against the characters as they get frozen, so on and so forth. So I think he's pretty useful for sure. I like, and he's got a cool name, and he visually is like the frozen version of Vortex. So it looks kind of cool. It looks kind of cool. They're next to each other here as well. Look. I wonder what the lore is here. There probably is some lore. I have to read into it. But visually, it does look really cool. Like I showed with the gear, it isn't anything crazy. Soulbound Arcana is definitely the way to go, 100%. But yeah, I think he's going to be quite useful, and he should be able to get you through even through to 21 with the right gear, maxed out artifacts, and in a nice team. Fortunately, Bretland does have some other characters, like he does have Pope, so I think that there is potential in the future for the kind of mix-up where I put Pope on the right-hand side and Glacius would be to replace Amari on left, and that should work actually fine. But for now, that was just a run-through of Stage 19. Pretty much the same could be done for 20 and 21. I think you would need to replace Mari with either Glacius or another damage dealer to really get through the rest, and obviously have a little bit better gear and artifacts, but the characters definitely can do the job. But hopefully this has been useful for you. Thank you very much for tuning into this video, and I will see you in the next one.